Hi everyone, welcome to Mama Pop Quilt Shop, Laura Lynn's Alterations. This is our weekend recycle instead of repair this weekend. We're going to make blankets into ponchos. Stay tuned. Hi everyone, turning blankets into ponchos. What I have here is just two normal blankets that you can get either from Walmart or IKEA or any sort of wall giant tag or whatever you have. These ones are 60 by 50. I just took them out of the wrap. Haven't even done anything with them. So what you need is one hole. We're going to put that off to the side. In fact, actually, I'll just put that behind me here. Mr. Walt here helping me out. And the second one we're going to cut up to make the hood and the pouch pocket. My beautiful designs here. Stick figure included. Not an artist in this form. So anyways, that's kind of what we're aiming for. So this is an adult size one, and we want to use the 60 length of it this way to add on to this part to make sure we have enough to cover the front and the back, okay? So we're going to chop off with a nice rotary cutter, but you can always mark this with a chalk pencil and a nice straight ruler right here, okay? And then use a very nice pair of sharp scissors and cut along that line. But since I have the magic of apparently clutter and a rotary cutter and a straight ruler, I'm going to cut off what I need to make the the hood and the pocket, and then use the rest to add to the bottom of the whole one. So just going to cut off the fluff here. Sorry, I'm just going to stand up, make it easier for me. Make sure I was doing this correctly here. Alright. This can always be recycled. I save a lot of my scrap bits for donations to the shelters to make beds for the animals there. Alright, so I want to count my 11 inches. 11 inches usually helps separate the two pieces, so you get all what you need for an adult size poncho. And this is going to cover you completely at night, because you got more than the front of you covered in the front and more than in the back, and then when you turn it over to make a blanket, it's going to cover more than you. Alright, so we're going to do that to there. Cut my 11. Okay. And this will be added to the bottom of the whole one. And then this is what you have to make your hood and your pouch pocket. Alright. So cut the fluffies off. Okay. You can cut that off too. And there we go. Off into Never Never Land. So I'll make sure I have what I measured. Normally what's comfortable for the hoods is about 11 inches by 11 inches. So I want to make sure that I know this 11 this way, so I want to make sure I got 22 in the other direction. So that makes this over here. Okay. And then this is going to end up being the hood. Okay. And then this leftover bit is going to be a pocket. Okay. And I measured that to be about 15 inches by 11 inches. It seems to make the right size of pocket here. So let's go. That is. Alright. And then I took this, and then I measured 4 up, and then it was 5 down, and then I took that mark and lined up my flat edge of the ruler. Did a little slice, and there we have our pouch pocket. Hands going in here. Okay? So these little bits get off to the side. Also could be donated or recycled into something. I'm sure you could think of something. Okay. I did use my old mat to do this polar fleece because it really does cut in. So if you can use an old mat, or maybe even flip it on your opposite side of your ruler side. So you may have to mark it in another way. Okay. So sew down one side because you need to make the back part for the hood. Okay. Make sure you have the right side, or the fluffy part together. Okay. And just with a straight stitch, doesn't have to be very big. I think I'm using about 3. Okay. Do your little back stitch. And you can whip one of these up in no time at all. Okay. Don't forget to back stitch. If you wanted the rounded hood, this is your chance to do that. You do your curve here. I'm going to leave these pointed. Okay. Trim my little threads here. Put this off to the side, this off to the side. Now the next part we want to do is attach the extra to the hole. Okay, so we have our completely whole blanket here, 60 by 50. And since this is going to hang this way for this adult because of the arm span from wrist to wrist, okay? So what I found the easiest way to do this, because you want to keep these tassels. I mean, come on. It really adds to the poncho in the end, so you'll see. Okay. So line her up. Get your pins ready. This is the back side. This is the side that would go towards you. This is the right side. I have it facing down. Make a little mess again here. There we go. Okay. Now you want to take that raw edge that you just cut. Great thing about fleece, it doesn't fray. And then you want to put them so they were wrong sides together. You're going to try and line this up the best you can. But you want to start with your corner. Go from corner to corner. Okay. And be generous with your pins. Keep them all together. Do not sew over your pins. So when you get close to them, make sure you take it out. Okay. And we're going to stitch this down here, and then we're going to flip this and flip that, and then we're going to stitch again along here, and you're going to see it's going to make a nice little finish. And you can either have this tassel part in the front or in the back. These ones I am making for them to be in the back. I didn't want the pocket to be bothered by the tassels, just in case where it was going to hang. So I just thought I'd put it all in the back, and I didn't have to worry about it. I think kind of looks like owls from the back, or birds of prey. And since these are great for camping, it goes great with the theme. And if you find the blankets that don't have the tassels on it, that's okay too. You can either make them yourselves or just use it with the straight. Usually sometimes blanket stitched edge. I've seen them like that as well. I have a few of those blankets. In fact, I have a dark green one that I thought about recycling for one of my younger nieces. Alright, so now that's pinned right there, and we are going to stitch, nice straight stitch, all the way down right here. I usually just go the width of my foot there. Don't make it complicated, just make it easy to what you have on your machine. And just kind of deal with the fluff. And polar fleece washes up so good. Alright, here we go. Now, since this is a straight stitch, I'm going to start it, and then we're just going to speed it up to finish to the end, and then you can see, okay? I'll speed her up from here on out. There we go. Now we're going to flip it. Okay, I'll show you here. All right, I know it's a bit bulky. take the last of the pins that I had far enough from the edge that I didn't hit them with the machine. Okay. Last thing you want is one of those poking you. Remember from Long Arm Wednesday? Anyways, moving on. Alrighty. Now, you want to take this part, lay it there, and then do another stitch. I like to flip mine the other way for some reason. I like dealing with the tassels this direction. Right, sorry. Shift. Alright, now here, what we're going to do is take it and just do another stitch. And trust me, this adds such a pretty little bit in the end here. You have to dance with the tassels one more time. Alright. And then just pretty much keep them to the side. Use the same width of your foot to keep stitching along right here on this side of the break of the tassel. And you'll find it'll look really pretty in the end. Alright, so if you want, we'll probably end up speeding this up here, right to the end. Okay, we're coming almost to the end here. And just make sure you do your back stitch. Wonderful. Now you have your full poncho right here. So I will show you what it looks like with the tassels in the front. I'm just going to try and half it here, so I'll show you. So I mean, these are huge. Perfect. Okay, so there's with the tassel in the front. And that's why I said I didn't really want it because where it's hanging, because you're going to end up having half of this on you here, right? So didn't want it to, you know, hang right in here and then, you know, so I just put it on the back with the tassels on the back and work from the front. So you really want to make sure you have half and half here. So match up your corners as best you can and all the way to the other end, because at the top of your fold there, that's where you need to make your neck hole. Okay. So here and here. Oops. This one. Okay, those aren't right there. That's better. Seems to be off better. Alright, well what you should do is make sure your tassels are equal on both sides. That's most important. Because I know I sewed a straight line. So a lot of shifting fabric on this one. And I had, so the back was out, so I knew exactly where I should place the back of my hood, because you want to match that seam and then sew it. So what I found, a good measurement, was 10 inches for the space of your head, because the pull crease kind of stretches a little bit. You don't want it too big. So I made mark on the fold at 5 inches. So I only went 5 inches in. Made a little snip, just a tiny one, and then you want to work from one snip to the next, and this is what your neck hole will be. Okay. It's around here somewhere. Just didn't want to go too far. I don't know where it was. So now that is half, see, it's been cut, half there and there, okay. And then we're going to find that spot right there is where we're going to put this seam. Spread it out a bit, grab your pins, generously, not generally. Yeah, Dukes of Hazzard. Pin this all the way around. Okay. You're gonna have to spread it out at this point in time, so. And I found it easier just to work with one layer, laying it flat. There. That way I could really see what I was doing. Alright, and then we're going to sew all around this edge. And all around this edge. Remember, don't sew over your pins. And if you like a looser hood or a tighter hood, this is your chance to customize your hoodie to your camp hoodie to the best you, or whatever you like. So we're gonna move this, shift this over a little bit here. There we go. Almost there. Sorry. Taking forever. Alright, so that is your hoodie. Woo woo. Hoodie pinned on. See? Awesome. So you take it over to your machine. Mine, I'll have to slip the little back out here. Just put it off to the side. Okay. That way I can get the hoodie, the neck part of the hoodie under here. So, okay. And then just work from one side to the other, putting your pins away. Sorry, it's going to get a little bulky on that side. Trying to fit everything under and in. Stitches, and then just sew all the way around. Probably speed that part up too. Pins out. know, and if you don't want a pocket, don't have a pocket. If you don't want a hoodie, you don't have to have a hoodie either. I mean, a hood. So you could just make it like a normal, regular, old-fashioned poncho. Alright, we are done. This part. Okay, got your stitches. I'm kind of itchy nose today. Spring. Alright, I'm going to turn this. And there we go. See? Perfect. Now I'll show you how to place the pocket. I found that if you had right in the center of this gap right here, that's where this one is coming handy. So here, oh, just my lump. Okay. I took my pocket here. Make sure I had it the right way. Nope, I had this going there. This is a 13-inch ruler here. And I had it 8 inches away. So what I know that this is the right side, and you want to put the right sides together. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch here. This is why I'm pinning it here, and then I'm going to flip it, and then stitch down here and across, and then we are done. Okay. So just make sure I get this lined up. That's why I use this nice big ruler. It helps me space it on either side. Make sure I'm getting it in the right place. And I just put a couple pins on either side and then slip the ruler out and then put another one in and stitch that down, and then we're going to flip and then stitch and then stitch to the bottom one. Alright, so back underneath the machine, quick little stitch, and then I'll flip the pocket. Or pouch, whichever you want to call it. Kind of looks like a little kangaroo pouch to me, so. To the table. That's why it's always nice to have a nice big workspace. Let's travel. Okay, now let's just straighten your pocket out. Okay. And you're going to want to put in a few pins. Okay. Make sure it's not pulling like that. Okay. You see how that was wrinkled there? You don't want that. Make sure it's nice and flat. Nice and even. Okay. Pop in a few pins. I do pin right all three sides here because I really don't want it shifting. Just pop in a few. And I got some curved pins. I need to get some replaced pins. Should just toss her, but oh, see, I grabbed it again. Oh, good gravy. And that one was even wonky too. Alright. Now, slip her back under again. Come on. It's a lot of fabric, I know. We got this. Okay. Now, put down. Take the ribbon out. And shake it all about. Sorry. Anyways. And stitch. I was just going to say that didn't seem to work very well there. Hold on. Got some wonky stuff happening. I think we will just be on the safe side and rethread it. Doesn't look like it's caught up on anything. Okay, it's threaded there, threaded there. Alrighty. Try number 2! Right. Back up to where we were. Shaking it all about. No, it doesn't hold on there. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do the hook and turn yourself around. We're just gonna rethread the machine. Sorry. Delay. Didn't take very long, but that's gonna take forever. You know why? It's because you're watching. You're watching. Somebody's watching me. Oh, good gravy. Take a deep breath. There. Now we're cooking with petrol. I don't know what the heck is going on there. It seemed to be eating the fuzz, and I didn't have a problem at all day today. You tell me you need a rest, is that it, Janome? Alright, let's try this again, shall we? Who knows? I tell you, these machines have personalities. Oh, no, I didn't. It's over here. Come to the corner, just stop, foot up, pivot. Sorry. Down here. And there goes the bed cushion. I didn't want that shutting, that's what is my problem. I'm putting them in a pile now. And just stitch along. So you come up to the other side. And then you are done. Now, if you are lucky and have a fancy embroidery machine like me, you can put names on them. Or sayings. Or your family name, like your family last name, so they know what pack you belong to. Just in case you got lost from the pack. If found, please return to. Alright, last pin. Oops, don't lose them all now. And I will model this beautiful poncho. That's for that one. Alrighty. Okay. Move chair out of the way. I usually take the little tags off so you don't even have to deal with those. So just use your little seam ripper. Sorry. And just within a few little stitches, you got that tag done. Okay. Pick out any yucky threads. And we are going to pop this on. There we go. Head through the hole. Arms up the side. Hold on. We're getting this here. There we go. See? Camp. Ouch. Poncho. Thanks for joining me. 2 fleece blankets into a wonderful, unique camping blanket. Join me next week. Thank you. Mama Pop Quilt Shop, Laura Lynn signing out.